Good morning, my friends. This is the third time I've tried to make this video, and I'm hoping it takes this time. I'm ready to give up for the day. But I wanted to show you what survived in my Central Florida. I'm in Windermere, Florida, and what survived with our 3 cold nights. We had a night that went down to 30, one that went down to 29 degrees, and then last night was, I think, about 35. And those, of course, are Fahrenheit, so pretty close to, Celsius, 0 Celsius, or -1, or +2. But anyway, I wanted to show you, this is my backyard, and this is where I have the 3 big plumeria trees. These trees are 15 years old, so I'm really hoping that they will have survived. And this is the tea plants. Come over here and show you what it looks like. Here's the difference in the shade. Look at the color, it's so intense. And then when you get to the shade, the greens really show in it. They seem to be fine. The spathiphyllum all seem to handle the cold quite well. They like it in the cold. They have more problems with the heat than they do with the cold. Underneath, there's some leaves that need to be cleaned up. The tomato plants, now these are Everglades tomatoes, also known as a currant tomato, because they are so tiny and really about the size of your thumbnail, probably at the biggest. Some of them survived. Some actually got like a little frosted top, but for the most part, they seem to handle it well, except for just a few little spots. But I mean, wow, you can't fault them. My one moringa, the one mango, I have 2 mangoes that I started from seeds, and this one, a lot of times the leaves will come out with this kind of almost a cranberry shade, and then they turn green. But nothing like this. This is actually frost damage. I guess I'll have to try and trim it back and see if it will regrow. Maybe that'll do it some good. The one on the other side did just fine. I'll walk you over there. This one seemed to be just fine. Not a problem. Along the way, I didn't stop, but you can see the spinach that I have. Parts of them are, you can see where the frost hit it, but for the most part, there are parts that are just as healthy as could be. And I want to use some of that for New Year's Day. We like to have ham, and I'm going to make some traditional other dishes that we like to have. Many years ago, we lived in Hawaii, and we used to make lomi lomi, which is a salmon dish that takes about a week to make it. You have to start to salt it down, and then after 5 days of pulling the water out, and it salt cooks, and then you pull that salt back out and trim it real small, and add onions and tomatoes to it. It's delicious. Anyway, and then we do greens, pork, a shrimp. It's just 2 of us, so you can't eat too much, but it is nice to have a variety. You can see the crepe myrtles. They've gone to sleep for the year. They weren't bothered by this. They were already dormant, as well as the Florida maple tree. My juicy fruit island, those I can smell the sweet alyssum. Oh my, what a wonderful smell. The little plant in the front is a tomato plant, and then right behind it is I think it's a brown turkey or a Celeste fig, but it did get nipped with the cold. You can hear that crumble. But I think that'll be fine. I think it'll come back. Over here, my tomato plants. Again, the whole yard is filled with, I've been letting them go, and I thought that they were the Principi Borghese, but no, they're just all Everglades. And I can see, I've seen some little tomatoes Now I can't find them. Let me find a couple for you and show you the size. So those are my fingers. You can see the size of them. And there's a few. You know, I could probably come out and pick a couple dozen, but that's probably not worth the pick. But anyway, the moringas were just fine. Well, let me just show you. Here, you can see where that moringa is just fine. And then over here, I don't want to get you too much in the, but that moringa is the big boy or big girl. I think it's time for the marigolds to see better days and be taken out. The crimson clover that I planted just 2 weeks ago, I think you can see all that is coming up, and I was hoping to make that a nice ground cover. I'm not sure it's going to, if it would spread, but I don't think it would. I have some spinach planted here. Now this section didn't seem to be bothered at all. Oh, am I lying there? Oh wait, there's a little spot, you know. But I think for the most part, I think my yard did pretty well. The one thing that I was surprised was the sweet potato vines that I had growing. They froze, just froze right to the ground. But that was it. So I'm going to stop this here. I always bring you right back to the fountain, which is so pleasant to listen to. And the spot in our yard where I like sitting in the, Rick likes sitting in the front yard, and I like sitting in the backyard because nobody sees me. I can sit out here in my gym jams with with a cup of tea, and if I want to say a rosary, you know, nobody is asking, you know, any questions. And I have a couple neighbors who say, "Are you Catholic?" You know, I go, "Yes." You know, they look at me like that's, you know, I have something to be removed on my arm. So I just I like sitting in the backyard where I have my privacy. Anyway, that was it. That's my story. And I hope everybody's having a great week between Christmas and New Year, and that you will come back and see me again. Appreciate all the new subscribers. My friend Nellie Creasy has her own channel, and she's a wonderful cook. It's under her name, and I'll have to leave a site for you to check her out if you'd like. She certainly has some recipes that I'd like to try. So in case I don't see you before, Happy New Year, everyone. Bye-bye.